Hello everyone, this is Lam here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Nikon Z7. I just got this in the mail. I'm going to be renting it for 4 days. I really just wanted to test out this camera to see what Nikon's doing. But one thing that I just found out really quickly while I was playing around with the camera is that in 4K recording, there is no crop. Now, if you read a lot of articles, they do say there is a crop. There is a crop in 1080 mode, but in 4K there is not. Seems a little backwards because like in the Canon cameras, you will get a 4K crop, but you would not get a 1080 crop. Well, with this camera, 4K, no problems at all. 1080, you will have a slight crop to it, but it isn't actually all that bad. Considering this is a 45 megapixel sensor, it's pretty good in my book. Considering that this is a 45 megapixel sensor, that's actually pretty cool to hear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick vlogging test, kind of my standard vlogging, just to see what it looks like for my first test of this camera. And then I'm going to have it out for the next couple of days for a few events. There's going to be a Red Bull Air Race that I want to go to use this camera. And then there are several tours that I'm going to use for myself personally, and just to see what this camera is capable of. Again, really excited just to test out the camera, just to see what this camera is capable of. I'm switching hands right now because this camera is actually pretty heavy. So what I'm going to do throughout the whole event, what I'm going to do throughout this whole vlog is I'm going to be switching hands because it is quite a heavy camera. There is people working here today, so I got to be a little bit more quiet when I'm doing this test. Just gonna go ahead, move through the warehouse, go to the back. Alright, so we're in our standard hallway that I almost always do my testing in. It's already lit, so there is going to be a light dark test that I'm going to do here in a second. But right now, I just want to see how good the image stabilization is. Hey, I didn't screw up that word this time. And I want to see how good it does in the dark, and also the transition from dark to light. Because what I have noticed when I was testing it just a little while ago is that if it does get too dark and it loses autofocus, it'll go into manual focus, but I'm not sure if it's going to snap back to autofocus once it gets enough light. Actually, let's go ahead and do that test right now. So this is pitch black, and then this is with light, pitch black, and then with light. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around, see what it looks like. It looks like autofocus is just fine, so that's a good thing. I'm going to go ahead, enter this dark room, and see what it looks like when I exit out of this dark room. Again, this is kind of my standard vlogging test. I just really want to test out the basics before going out and really using this camera for, you know, traditional YouTube type content creation. So let's go ahead, head back, see what it looks like, and then yeah, the next 4 days will be pretty fun testing out this camera. Got a lot on my backlog right now. There's a lot of Fuji stuff I need to cover, but I do want to cover a lot of Nikon stuff just because I have this camera for a very short period of time, so I want to bust out some videos before I lose the camera.